All right, Shalom. First, I start by saying our praise to Yahweh, by Shem Shai, by Shem Kadash, the honors to the elders and the apostles that we will, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. This is nearly a dozen people robbed at gunpoint within 30 minutes of Chicago's southwest side. Right. So I'm going to go ahead and play this video and add some precepts.
11 people at gunpoint on the southwest side. And some of those robberies happened just minutes apart. Arsal Razai joins us live at Chicago Police Headquarters with the details. Asal.
Yeah, Mugo, Audrina, those robberies all happening in less than 30 minutes. We know almost 10 victims were targeted in 4 different armed robberies. Thankfully, none of them were hurt, but we do know the suspects got away with their personal belongings. The robberies also all happening within just blocks of each other on the city's southwest side. It hasn't been confirmed if it's the same suspects each time, but the first one happening on California between Kedzie and Western just after 1 o'clock this morning. We're told 2 women were walking on the sidewalk when 2 armed suspects approached them before making them get on the ground, demanding their belongings, going through their pockets, and then driving off in a dark-colored SUV. Then...
All right, Slack, give me 1 second. That's what's wrong with people nowadays. But, you know, the Lord got a 1/3 and 2/3. The 2/3 is suffering these events. We living in perilous times, 1. 2, these women are doing what? Gadding abroad. If they had husbands, or husbands in their right mind, they would be in the house. Because a lot of these niggas don't know how to control their women. So, this is 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. Right? Perilous times. Dangerous. That's the word perilous mean, dangerous. Dude could have easily off them women or anybody they robbed or whoever was robbing people. Could have easily just gone on and took everybody out in the process. This is Sirach, chapter 25, verse 24. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. So you're not supposed to be following up behind no women. A lot of these guys, they going to mention it. Some of these women were outside with men, and you never know if they was the woman probably led them to be outside, whatever the case may have been. But, you know, doing what women say and not being a man and, you know, is against the scriptures, man. But this is Sirach chapter 25, verse 24. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, right? Going all the way back to Eve, leading Adam to take of the apple, bite of the apple, which is the philosophies. And through her we all die. So when you follow up behind women, you get killed. Verse 25, give the warden no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. And that's what these women be doing. They be gadding abroad. They be outside all times of the night, doing whatever they want to do. You know, the man can't tell them nothing. A lot of times the guy be with him, you know. It says, if she go not as thou wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh and give her a bill of divorce and let her go. So when your woman not listening to you, you're supposed to cut her off, man. Or you're going to end up in this situation that these people in.
Again, about 20 minutes later, around 1:30, they targeted 2 more female victims, this time on South Sealy Avenue. Just 5 minutes later, near Archer and Kedzie, the suspect striking again, this time approaching 5 victims, 3 women, 2 men. Then just 1 minute later, near 46th and Western, they approached a man and a woman in a driveway. Same thing there, 2 armed suspects ordering them to get on the ground before taking off with their belongings in, again, a dark-colored SUV. Right now, we have not been able to confirm if it's the same SUV and all of these armed robberies, or again, if it's the same suspects. We know right now police are looking for those 2 gunmen, and they say so far this morning they've made no arrests. I'm live at Chicago Police Headquarters. That's Al Razai, CBS News Chicago.
Right, so this could have went a whole lot worse than what it did, man. But that's the judgment of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. The Lord say chastening, what's the word? It's like a chastening, basically, basically like chastening Israel so that they would turn from their wicked ways. But they won't return. They're just going to keep getting their ass whipped, so to speak, meaning going through all these types of events until their death. That's what 2/3, that's why there's a 2/3 list. This next precept is Isaiah chapter 32. Verse 2, and a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, a righteous holy man, one of the elect of Israel, the one of the men that's doing the work of the Lord. That wind is the coming destruction, the perilous times, all the hell to break loose, and a covered from the tempest. Tempest is the same thing. As rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. Right, man. So a righteous holy man is going to be the protector of his woman in those days, and women, if you don't have a righteous holy man, you're going to be eventually put to death by way of a robbery, event going wrong, pestilence, which is diseases, famines, which is a lack of food, the nuclear missiles, it's various things that's happening now today that you can be killed from, and a whole lot more to come when all hell break loose that you're going to die from. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 14. It says, woe, meaning destruction, to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. The sword is the nuclear missile. The elect is going to protect their houses from the nuclear destruction because of the work that the elect putting these videos up, being on highways and byways, man, teaching the truth behind the scriptures. It says, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. Swords is killing instruments. It's going to be a time where all hell break loose, where people are going to be fighting each other, whether family, friend, it doesn't matter. Everybody going to be fighting everybody in various states or various cities. For there shall be sedition among men. Sedition is people rising up against the government. A small example of that was the whole White House situation with Trump. They was giving y'all an example. But this is happening, in various other countries in the Middle East, South America, It says, and invading one another, home invasions. So it ain't going to be no way you can hide in those days. It ain't going to be no police force. People are going to be able to run in your house. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, right? So the kings, the presidents, the princes, your government officials, your senators, or even your famous rap stars and things of that nature, as an example of a prince. It says, and the course, your spiritual leader, even the mega churches, they're not going to regard them. They're not trying to hear that shit. It says, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So they're going to be able to do whatever they want to do in that day. If they want to rape you, eat you, kill you, and it don't matter how high up you are. If you're a president, a government official, famous rap star, etc. The movie The Purge. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, because the city it says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Them cities are going to be cut off by militias, quarantines, army personnel, whatever the case may be, And people going to be afraid in those days, man. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. So all that break it up shit that people be getting saved from, doing all these fights and these riots, and the police intervening, and I don't. That's enough. He good. All that's ain't none of that gonna be in them days, man. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, no matter if they're a child or an adult, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods. Right? People gonna be running your house, taking your substance, because of the lack of bread meaning food, and for great tribulation. Say it's gonna be great tribulation in those days, man. And you women gonna get it the worst, because y'all the ones who really can't defend yourself out of women and children. Just like how they like saving women and children throughout these events and stuff that be happening. They used to always bring up women and children. They don't do that shit now. People don't regard that shit no more. But not like how they used to. But in these news clippings, or they had women and children in there. Women and children got the whole society bowing to women and children. They ain't gonna regard you in them days. Women and children gonna get it the worst. Second Ezra, this is Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 33. It says, "The virgins shall mourn having no bridegrooms," this is for women. "The women shall mourn having no husbands, and their daughters shall mourn having no helpers. In the war shall their bridegrooms be destroyed." The battle of Armageddon. They gonna ship the men, even women getting shipped over there to the battle of Armageddon to fight. And it's going to be a lot of women that's going to be here left that ain't going to have no protection. It says, "In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine." Their husband's going to be starving to death. Verse 35, "Hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord." Right, so it's meant for the servants of the Lord to understand these things, to prepare themselves mentally. Verse 36, "Behold, the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake." Right. That's one of the main reasons why Israel going through one of the main reasons why we're going through what we're going through, because we chose to worship idols instead of the Lord, man. But now the Lord's returning back unto us via his elect. Yahweh is we of the elect. And, we're not turning to idols. We're turning unto him. But those who don't return unto him going to suffer death, man. It says, "Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack." See, these plagues are hitting. You got something going on every day. Death every day. "As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb. Which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn," see, "and sorrow shall come upon it on every side." So the whole world is mourning right now with all this hell, but it's going to get worse. With all this hell and things that's going on, man. And that's part of the plagues, man. You see what's going on in the Middle East, all the people dying, all you see is people crying behind relatives and being injured from being bombed, starving. This is the prophecy right here, man, and it's going to come to America. Verse 39. Verse 40. "O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to the battle," right? the elect, the ones of us that know the truth, supposed to be getting ready for battle. And in those evils, bad times, be even as pilgrims upon the earth. Right. So you got to be ready to pick up and go. When all hell break loose and you be persecuted, you got to be ready to pick up and move, you know. And that don't mean take your necessities your items with you. It's going to get into that, but I'm not going to read into that. But, you just got to, whatever, what they call a bug out bag, pick up and leave with that, Because it ain't going to be nothing, there ain't going to be no deliverance in those days but from the Lord. And if you're not of the Lord, then that's going to be your death. So you could pick up a bug out bag and prepare all you want to. The Lord will have it to where if you don't die by way of pestilence or disease, somebody going to kill you. Or you're going to be here until the nuclear missiles hit. Or animals might consume you, or you might starve to death, But everybody over here in America, for sure, if you over here, when the Lord returns, going to get hit by thermonuclear missiles. So you're going to die. And ain't no escaping what's coming. That's why the truth is your only out. This is Ephesians. Chapter 2, verse 1. It says, and you hath he quickened, who? The elect, brought to life by way of the gospel, who were dead in trespasses and sins, right? Wherein in time past you walked according to the course of this world, right? So these people that's catching this hell, these events are walking according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, which is Satan, following after the ways of the devil. The spirit, the movies that you watch, that you emulate, Boys in the Hood, amongst other movies, man. Got you under the vibration of Satan. You worshiping the devil. You're going after the mentality of the philosophies of the devil. The same apple that Adam bit, that he received from Eve, is the same apple you're biting. It says, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience. That's why they out robbing people. Among whom also we all had our conversations in time past in the lust of our flesh. And if you sitting there talking about robbing, killing, and stealing, and committing adultery, you're under the same vibration. Fulfilling the desires of the flesh and of the mind, and were by nature the children of wrath, even as others. But the Most High, who is rich in mercy, for his great love wherewith he loved us, even when we were dead in sins, hath quickened us together with Yahushua, right? Brought us to life, gave us the truth so that we can line up, have our mind on him, so we can prepare for our deliverance, to be protected in these times, By grace ye are saved. Right, man. So through the grace that's given unto us, because we're not perfect, we're going to sin, we're going to go off. But Yahushua being that sacrifice and us receiving the truth is what's going to be our deliverance, But with that being said, man, call all Yahweh Yahushua, double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.